Right now at 5:30, the search for suspects after a shooting near a Dallas high school. Plus, the results are in. A breakdown of the municipal elections that happened Saturday all across North Texas.
Management, scheduling, they were telling us, oh, operations is fine, we're working hard.
And right before Spirit Airlines announced they are ending operations, a flight attendant says she actually anticipated this shutdown. We've got some new reaction for you coming up. Thanks for watching on this Sunday evening, everybody. I'm Teresa Woodard alongside senior meteorologist Jesse Hawila. A beautiful weekend wrapping up. So what does the work week look like?
Not bad Monday. Tuesday's pretty toasty.
Oh, goodness.
I think we're in the low to mid 90s.
A little taste of summer.
Yeah, and then I've got more of that too in the 14-day and a chance of rain that we'll talk about in the meantime. Here's I love using this camera now. It's our brand
beautiful.
New. Yes, it is. Our brand new tower camera in rock wall from the Trend Tower. 79 degrees, winds out of the south at 8. See the sun shining there over Lake Ray Hubbard. DBU's at 80 degrees right now with south winds at 14. Beautiful day in North Texas. So we have the mostly sunny skies. If you remember last night, I said by the evening we'll start to see some high thin clouds spill into western sections of North Texas, and we're seeing that right now. So right now we're just sitting with sunshine, a couple clouds here or there. Beautiful. Temps tonight right around 59, 60 degrees. That's our expected low tonight in Dallas, Fort Worth, Waxahachie, Granbury. So you get the idea. Comfortable start to your Monday. High temperatures tomorrow, a couple of degrees warmer than today. Not by much, but we'll see 83 in Dallas, 85 in Fort Worth. But you see some bigger warmth out to the west. 95 in Archer City, 95 Wichita Falls, and 94 Seymour. I have 90s in the forecast for Tuesday, so that warmth will slide farther to the east. Then we'll talk about that chance of rain Tuesday night and early Wednesday coming up.
Thanks, Jesse. See you in a few minutes. Happening right now, Dallas police say they are searching for suspects in a shooting that happened near a high school just after midnight. It was in the 4600 block of Wimbledon Way that is not far from Dallas ISD's Skyline High School. Officers say the suspects shot at a car that had a group of people inside, including at least one juvenile. One adult was hit but is expected to survive. That shooting remains under investigation tonight. New tonight, for the first time, the owner of a production studio that was raided by Dallas police is giving his side of the story. Dallas police called Space Studios a sexual encounter center, and they allege that pornography was being filmed at the studio in Northwest Dallas. During the raid, DPD detained and then released 48 people. They say officers found marijuana and mushrooms. 2 people were charged, including owner Israel Luna. Luna released a statement today saying his attorney has serious concerns about how the situation was handled. He went on to say this is about fairness, accountability, and the right to create spaces that serve and protect his community. Luna is now charged with possession of a controlled substance, promotion of prostitution, possession of marijuana, and operating a sexually oriented business without a license. Results from this weekend's municipal election are now in. Voters across North Texas weighed in on DART services, some mayoral races, and some big school and city bonds. In Frisco, there will be a runoff after no candidate running for mayor secured 50% of the vote. The top 2 vote getters are Mark Hill and Rod Vilhauer. They will face off again in June. Arlington Mayor Jim Ross narrowly avoided a runoff. He has now been reelected to a 3rd and final term in office. We are going to hear from him tonight on WFAA News at 10. Now, Arlington ISD and Dallas ISD both put bond issues before voters. 2 of 3 propositions in Arlington passed, providing money for a new elementary school and enhanced technology, but new turf at athletic facilities, that proposition failed. Dallas ISD managed to pass the largest bond in state history at $6.2 billion. The issue that really garnered the most attention this election day was the future of DART. 3 cities, Addison, Highland Park, University Park, they all put the issue before voters. Addison and University Park chose to stay with DART. Highland Park will be leaving the public transit system.
If we're going to be a player, if we're going to be at the table and make DART as good as it can be, then we need to be a participant and need to be there to make decisions also.
Our money has gone to basically Dallas. It is just not right for our small community.
Several other cities had considered holding withdrawal elections, but DART developed a restructured funding system, and that convinced those other cities to stay. Tomorrow, DART will be talking with reporters. They announced a Monday morning news conference to address election results and explain what comes next for the agency. We will be there. We'll update you here on air and on WFA+. If you want to see the outcome of an election from your city or school district, we have results from all across North Texas on our website. To see all of the outcomes, go to WFAA.com/elections.
Hey, Spirit, from us guys at American, good luck to y'all. Sorry to hear what happened.
It was a pleasure working with you guys, and I wish you the best.
Those were some of the final exchanges between pilots and air traffic controllers as Spirit Airlines officially ended operations. The budget airline blamed the rise in jet fuel costs because of the war in Iran. But Spirit had been struggling for years, filing for bankruptcy twice and asking for a $500 million federal rescue deal that fell through. Spirit customers might now have to wait for days for refunds because the airline will be entering liquidation and have to dip into reserve funds. 17,000 people lost their jobs. 1,300 crew members were left stranded in places far from their home bases. One flight attendant in Houston said she accepted a voluntary furlough last year because she had a feeling things were falling apart.
I have things lined up, but I can understand somebody who this is their only line and was, trusting in their company. It's hard.
Bell says she does have friends who were stranded in places like New York, Miami, Orlando. Other airlines are now helping them get home. This sudden shutdown interrupted a retirement celebration for a Spirit captain. But thankfully, Dallas-based Southwest Airlines stepped in.
Mr. John Jackson.
When Captain John Jackson's retirement flight was canceled, he actually boarded a Southwest flight home to Baltimore. His son is a Southwest pilot, and he was with him on that flight. That son told the crew on board about the situation. They notified Baltimore's airport, and the flight was met with a water cannon salute, as well as cheers and champagne at the gate.
Spirit goes down. It's kind of a sad day. You guys made it through. Thank you so much.
Jackson said the team turned a very sad day into an incredible moment. Let's get to the latest now on the war in Iran. On your screen right now is a live map showing the Strait of Hormuz. Since the war began more than 2 months ago, ships have pretty much stopped sailing through that critical spot. Today, a ship belonging to the UK was attacked near the strait. Its crew is believed to be safe. President Trump announced on social media today the U.S. will guide ships through the strait starting tomorrow, but he did not reveal many details. The U.S. is also reviewing a response from Iran to the latest peace proposal. A consequence of this war, a new poll shows the president's disapproval rating at a record high, 62%. There is also economic fallout. Here's the latest now from ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
9 weeks into the war with Iran, and oil prices have soared, reaching near 4-year highs. The average price of a gallon of gas hovering around $4.45, up 40 cents in 1 week and up $1.51 since the war began, according to Gas Buddy. A new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll finds 50% of Americans say they expect gas prices will get worse over the next year. Only 21% think they'll get better, and 15% expect them to stay the same.
Now we're dipping into inventories, and so there's a realization that there are shortages, particularly of refined products.
President Trump has insisted oil and gas prices will drop as soon as the war ends and the Strait of Hormuz reopens.
You're going to start to see immediate relief once the strait opens and supply flows again. We are going to be in a way better place.
Oil analysts say even if the strait reopened tomorrow, it will take months to get all that gridlock supply back online and more than a year for gas to go back to its pre-war level.
Well, what we usually see is when oil prices go up and gas prices at the pump go up, they go up like a rocket and they fall like a feather.
The poll also found 40% of Americans now say they're worse off financially than when Trump took office, compared to just 17% who say they're better off. Americans now making trade-offs. 44% say they've cut back on driving because of higher gas prices, and 42% say they've dialed back on other household expenses, including groceries, which are more expensive amid these rising fuel costs.
I cut down on groceries a little bit because gas is just more of an expense now. I used to not think about it.
Jet fuel prices also on the rise, nearly doubling since the war began. Bad news, analysts say, for anyone looking to travel this summer. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.